Hello, everyone. I'm Chuang. Today, let's draw the front view of the head of Deinocheirus. If Deinocheirus lowered its head, you would find the top of its head was quite recognizable. The face of this animal was featured by the wide distance between the two eyes. Its face was relatively wide, its two eyes were facing forward, and it had certain binocular vision. The two eyes could be seen from the front, but unlike T-Rex, its binocular vision was less pronounced. Looking down from the top, we can see its mouth was getting thinner toward the front with the thinnest part here, and then it suddenly bulged at the end, extending laterally to both sides like a duckbill. Its nostrils faced upward, which might be two narrow slits when viewed from above. In addition, we don't know the details of its hairs, because only the bone fossils were discovered. It was nearly 12 meters in length, almost the size of a T-Rex or a Tarbosaurus. As a feathered animal, we can imagine that its neck might be bald to dissipate heat. There might be some fine hairs covering from the head to the back, similar to what this model shows. Now, let's draw what its head looked like from a top view. People first discovered the forelimb fossils of Deinocheirus and classified it as a member of Ornithomimosauria based on the fossil shape. So for a long time, Deinocheirus was restored with a similar look to Ornithomimus. Until its skull fossil was found later, we know that this dinosaur was quite special. Viewed from above, its head was very much like that of Hadrosaurus, and more exaggerated, looking more like an upgraded duck's head. We determine the position of the front and rear first. We put the front end here and the rear end here. Then use a dotted line to draw a midline in a little lower position. The top of its entire nose was a very sharp edge. Its eyes were in this rear position. From the eyes, its face started to become wider. This line we drew was the midline of its nose. We can see that from the position of the eyes. The face was widened. Looking down from the top, its eyes looked like this. We draw two lines to represent its eyelids, and then draw a raised ball to represent its eye, with the pupils facing forward. In fact, this part of its eyes was relatively wide, with binocular vision, and was forward-looking. Then we draw its upper and lower eyelids. Use some thin lines like this to show wrinkles on its lower eyelid. Next, we draw its face. Here, not far from its eyes, the widest part appeared, which situated its jugal bones. Then, we draw its narrow mouth with the narrowest part here. Let's pinpoint first and use a line to connect like this. Here were its antorbital fenestrae. Then we draw the brow bones above the eyes. Above both eyes, we draw its feathers. And the feathers on its head might be fine hairs. Its neck was slender and its body was huge, so when it was alive, its neck might be a little bald. Let's draw some fine hairs. Next, we go back to draw its mouth. Its mouth was very distinctive, which was fat in front and then extended outward to the sides. So it looked more like a duckbill than that of Hadrosaurus. Near the middle of the mouth were its two small nostrils. It lived in water, so its nostrils were slightly closed to the top. Then we draw some keratins around the edges of the mouth, and the boundary between the keratins and the skin. After that, we added a few more details. Good, like this. We've finished drawing the head of Deinocheirus view from the front.